G'day, 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 ladies and gentlemen, and all those in between. Welcome back to another episode of Spectate the Player, where as a Chapter 1, Season 1 veteran, I'm going to be bringing you guys the latest and greatest tips, tricks, strategies, and more to winning not only more games, but more crowns in Fortnite Chapter 6. Alright, we will of course have our first crown player up ahead here. Alright, Reek's bound, alright, with the suppressed pistol. If you guys are keen to see if they'll be able to send it back for the 2 for 2, or at the back-to-back crown wins, make sure you guys do. Hit that like button and you hit that subscribe button. Right, we're going to have a Springfield Town Center here, Town Square drop right for Reek bounds. Right, running the suppressed as well as the Thunder for the shotgun. A very sizable entry here, of course, landing at the movie theater. You know, and I think this is what we would like to see, guys. We like to see these individual particular drop spots where the loot looks quite decent, where it looks like the player behind the camera here definitely knew beforehand just exactly where they wanted to land and why. Right, there's going to be a few places to go around here, and I'm definitely keen to sort of find that out, right? I'm keen to sort of see, you know, not only just what this season will have in tow for us over this next month, but of course, the close range here, the tactical. He needs to switch his angles a little bit quicker. Reek Bounds will be getting the kill down there on Eshebra 25. Well played to Eshebra, though. That was pretty good sly and slick movement there. Right, good jump shots, good slides to try and dodge those angles there. Was definitely a little bit curious, you know, a little bit concerned for Reek's bound. But whatever the case, they did manage to send it back. All right, now with the compact SMG, they've got the suppressed as well as the tac. These are very, very solid and pretty understandable items here, right? Especially the tac and the suppressed. All right, I'm not too much of a fan of the SMG. It is good for what it does, but if you guys checked out yesterday's episode, you will see just how damning that SMG can be at times. A perfect land here over in the bush. He does take a bit of damage, however. The tree is cover, the right shoulder peak, the 130, he's down. Thanks for the loot. 14 will be going back to the lobby there a little bit prematurely. A little bit earlier than I imagine they would have expected, of course, dropping the striker. Some shots from the south there. No, it's the north, but let us see. A little bit far away. Could it be the Ranger or could it be the suppressed as well? We're about to find out, of course. Reek's bound. Some interesting aim here. Definitely a good player, but I'm just not really seeing it from the aiming perspective. They will be going down, however, to Lucas. XP 101. Well played to Lucas there. Right, it was the infantry rifle that I saw. A longer gun, definitely a longer model there. And they've also got the Chug Jug here. So, look, only 2 kills in the game here for Lucas. And I think, whilst we did see some really good work from that previous player, something that they probably could have done there was, look, their close range isn't very good. You know, I think some players have good close range, some players have good long range. You know, some players are good at both. You know, it's all over the shop, right? It's a bit of a spectrum there. But I do believe that what they needed to do was sort of lean into what they were good at. You know, with that being said, one of the best ways to improve, guys, is to simply do what they just did, right? Do the things that make you uncomfortable. Do the things that you are not good at. Get yourself into these positions that you are uncomfortable with more often, more frequently, and you're going to notice something. Right? You're going to notice that these are actually... it's going to be the best way to get better at the game. So, here we go. However, Anonymous327 using a green tack, sending back Lucas there. Unfortunate for Lucas. They will be picking up the crown, though. I would dare say well-deserved. Right, again, going for the SMG as a tertiary weapon here. Now, there's also going to be Homer in the stone. There's also going to be a Quickie Mart around here, which, as we saw in yesterday's episode, you can actually go up there. There's what do they call it? A squishy machine, which you can turn on and it'll dispense squishies for you, which is pretty good. I like that. I think that's quite not only realistic, it's good immersion, but it's also quite nice to have. It's kind of like another vending machine, if you will. So, really, really a fan of that here. Right, we're going to be doing a little bit of renovation work here with the, well, I want to say, it almost looks like a one of those paintbrushes there, but I think it's plutonium. Whatever the case, the Quickie Mark to the left. He will be running on in. This is where I would be looking for the squishy machine. Right, there's a squishy up in the air. It seems to be a little bit broken for Anonymous327, and there's a few bugs like that we've noticed, right? Now, there's going to be the power plant that has a bug. If we have a look over up here, right, you do have the power plant. He does use the squishy machine here, and there it goes, alright? So at least Anonymous327 also knows about the super squishy machine here. But the power plant is good. I mean, if you guys checked out, I think it was Friday or Thursday's episode there, we did try and use the secret loot room there, which, if you guys don't know, it's about preventing the nuclear reactor meltdown. Unfortunately, even though we were doing the right code, it did not work. Apparently, guys, you did let me know down in the comment section. You said, Butter, that's okay. This is okay, Butter. It's a bug. Apparently, you just got to do random combinations and it should work. Or eeny, meeny, and mini. I can't quite recall, but here we go. Trying to go for the slurp barrels. They will get up some, as well as some shots over to the distance here. So we're going to be making our way on the high ground, and it's good to see a player stick to the high ground. A car to the left over in the servo. But I think... Oh, okay. He does go for the shockwave here. And it's the Marge with the NPC. Quite a few solid shots here. With that suppress, my favorite assault rifle for the season, hands down. And the Grenadier chucking some grenades over at Anonymous327. The Marge is figuring out, though, sometimes it's better to just return fire. Anonymous327 jumping up here, and they should, yes, they will get the kill there on Jello. And there goes the NPC, dropping a legendary for the compact. Or not the compact, but the machine SMG. Beautiful work there by Anonymous327. He will not go for the car. Instead, he says, Butter, it's time. You know, it's time to leave. It is time to move on up ahead back towards the Springfield Town Square here. Alright, now we do have the Quickie Mart down below. We've got the bus to the right. Alright, the Jebediah head. Let's have a look where the Jebediah head is. It might be somewhere far away, or it could still be actually here. I can't actually recall. Look, sometimes these medallions, guys, they will show up on the map, but only when you are close by to them. So it might just be that. Alright, it is still very early days for the season. We are going to be finding out all the latest and greatest and more. Here we go. It's the Homer here, and he'll just didn't really stand a chance. But guys, if you're keen to see all these latest and greatest tips and the tricks and the strategies and likewise and more, make sure you guys do hit that like button. And you hit that subscribe button to help us reach that goal of 5,000 subscribers. Will the Homer be able to do it? He does. Beanie DTD will be getting the kill there. Running a purple all loadout besides the max splashes there. Right, we're talking the purple tack. He's got the purple for the suppressed. Alright, now these are the Krusty Burgers, which are very, very helpful. And now these are littered around the map. And they will give you 30 shield and then 15 health. And they do stack. So you can use multiple of them. And then once they finish, it'll go on to the next one. So you don't need to stand here. You can just use them all and go in there. And I think they also will stack as well additionally. So they'll heal you up double the time. You could be wrong there. I might actually be wrong. Do not quote me. Let me know, though, down below in the comment section. It's another Marge NPC over there. Of course, Mr. Blasty in that purple variant as well. Doing some absolute decent shots here. The storm, however, ever so approaching. Only 30 seconds, and Beanie DTD will have to get a move on. Will he go for it? He will not. He's going to go away instead, which is... I mean, look, a little bit peculiar, especially if you've just spent a lot of time there trying to get that kill. You know, whether it's an NPC or not, whether it is a boss or not, if you're not going to go for it, you know, at the end of the day, was there really a point on even shooting off those shots in the first place, right? And I think that's something you guys got to be careful of, is a lot of players will have those visual audios enabled. Alright, so people will be able to see where you're shooting from, 200 up to 250, give or take, meters away there. Right, it's a sizable amount of distance is the point. And because of that, a lot of players, myself included, will basically hunt for those noises or those visual audios. It's a great way to get kills, and it's a great way to play the game. Right, Beanie DTD now approaching this top 5 mark here. Right, they've got the NPC, they've got the pet. Alright, now let's have a look at the map here. It's going to be a Burns' Manor potential final zone here. Plenty of these drop pods as well, which will be good. Ready for a fuel station over here, a slurp truck over here. Alright, a lot of potential to play around. In terms of high ground, you know, you've got a lot of this high ground, these cliff faces, etc. All right, here, 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 and here. All right, some really nice places to use as points of reference, but also, hey, maybe I can go up here and I can scout out some others. They're close range here. He does knock him for the 220. The 250 for the total there. Tilted Stabber will be going down. Dropping, of course, the legendary here on the Striker AR. An interesting choice for Beanie DTD, personally. Not one I would have made. I'm more of a fan of the Suppress, but look, it's still a good gun. Right? It's more of a close to medium range I would find compared to the Suppressed. So at the end of the day, right, it depends on what you prefer, what you like. But that's where I sit with it. Right now on the low ground here, Beanie DTD top 4, deciding to be a little bit more cautious. Couple of cheeky beeps there just to sort of signal, okay, if there is anyone nearby, I want you to hear where I am. I want you to come for me. I want you to try and do a little bit of something, potentially fall into my trap. And I dare say he does have a trap here. Alright, and guys, if you are enjoying this so far, you know what 2 buttons to press. Alright, top 4, 5 kills to the name for Beanie DTD. Will they be able to send it back? We're about to find out. Alright, the Blinky Fish will be dropping here, as well as the Squishy. He opts for otherwise. He says, Butter, I just wanted maybe the chance of something a little bit more golden. A little bit more tastier, but it just doesn't seem to be ticking any of those boxes there. But let us head on out now. He does decide to go to the western side of Burns' Manor. We're at the reboot van up ahead. Some more loot here. Potentially someone died. Alright, now we could have a issue here, right? We could have an issue for Beanie DTD. When you do not know where the other players are, you want to try to be using some mind games to figure out where they are. You want to be trying to bait them to come to you, to shoot at you. Right, this is why I like to drive around the place. I like to do that. So, hey, people want to shoot at me, that's great. I want to know where you are. Yeah, this is a rat's meta right now. Right, being a rat has never been more incentivized than it has right now. And here we go. It's the Krusty here. The 48 on the Blasty. He will be taking cover there behind the bushes, which will only be a few shots to remove there, but it looks like Beanie DTD does not want to be doing that. Just hop back out with the car, making the way around the side of the hill here. Sticking on the high ground is great to see. Really great to see. Alright, now, letting the NPC take some pot shots there is also going to be a solid move. Will he be able to get up here, though? You know, this is going to be the question on everyone's mind. He's got some shockwaves, which is good, and I dare say he'd be maxed. But is it something that'll be able to help him get the win here? He'll be able to secure it. There's going to be the fuel station nearby. Of course, the close range here. It's Simpson's hit and run all over again. The 80 health there, taking 20 of the damage. He needs some cover. I would be trying to side strafe towards the rock when I was taking those shots, personally, but look, anything for Homer, anything for the Beanie DTD. He's trying to go for the Marge head, now for the NPC. She's going to be taking her own pot shots here. But let us see, will he be able to nail just one shot? He can do it. He might be a little bit panicked. Trying to shoot too quickly there can cost you guys a lot of time, but also a lot of games. So sometimes just take a pause. Wait for your reticle, right? Wait for that crosshair to sort of calm down in the center, and then go for your shot. It's okay to take a pause. It's okay to take a brief moment, especially when the other player is going to be likely just as panicked as you. So let us see now. The car is here, fully fueled, fully healed. Right, he goes to pick up the NPC, but some design changes here from the production team probably wasn't the best, making that a little bit higher than the car can go over. Burns' Manor will be opening up here. Alright, the NPC taking some pot shots. Of course, this will be the healer NPC. Alright, there's a car around the corner. No, it's a porta potty. We'll try to go through them, but it just doesn't work. The Marge is here, however. 57 on the Blasty. Going in for the close range now with the tactical. He misses 2 shots. The third for the 97. The NPC will be getting the kill there. Well played. Laser Lock will be going down. Right. Didn't quite make it to the top 3, but honestly, well played to Laser Lock. Reloading the gun here for the Krusty. Alright, it's the twin fire, but he just didn't have enough time to heal. Wu-Tang, okay, will be getting the kill there. 6 elims to the name. running the blasty, running the tack, and now running the close range gauntlet here. The tactical and the purple, but it's not enough. Anonymous 261. Will be getting the kill there, as well as the Victory Royale crown. Ladies and gentlemen, if you did enjoy this episode, make sure you hit that like button. You hit that subscribe button as always. Take care. Garnier.